Okay, good morning, everybody. Monday, the 28th of August, Bank Holiday Monday. And I think we have got some weather ahead and some better weather than we potentially had for previous bank holidays and weekends. However, maybe some flies in the ointment, which does cause us a bit of a headache with today's weather. And that's mostly down to the secluded fronts that you see sort of straddling across the country at midnight last night. That's going to be progressing across towards the east as the day goes on. At the moment, it's really just a cloud feature. And as I look outside, it is starting to clear away, but it will just get the surface a little bit longer to heat up than it should have done. Going in through this week, well, we thought we would have a day tomorrow, but unfortunately it looks like that's going to get ruined by another front. So yeah, make the most of today. Wednesday looking reasonable. This ridge of high pressure really trying its best to assert its dominance over us. But if I'm honest, much like most of this season, the Atlantic continues to win. Still big up a northwesterly flow across the country, and that goes a little bit more northerly today, looking in the region of around 320, 330 at around 10 knots at flying heights. Satellite picture over the UK, showing bright start around here with some upper level cloud. Thicker cloud currently in the vicinity of Oxfordshire, but as we look down, look up actually into the Midlands of the north, you can see some areas of cloud that are starting to clear and hopefully giving us a reasonable window to go north and maybe to the northeast. Good as well down to the southeast, more cloud the further west you go. If you just look at the public forecast, this really has changed today. Sunny intervals, thicker cloud, showers. Showers do appear in the TAFs today, but the good news is at least the visibility is all right. Maybe it's because the showers have washed all of the crap out of the air, but yes, it does look like we'll get to 18 degrees with that north-northwesterly wind, and it is going to be fairly variable throughout the day, much like it is during this week. Surface winds on the ground, not too strong, maybe 5 to 10 knots at most from the northwest. Looking at temperature profiles, well, 20 degrees if you're lucky. And if we can get rid of some of the moisture, then dew points of maybe 8 degrees or so. And the current temperature at Lasham, 14, dew point 11. With the picture outside looking very nice at that. So some scuddy Q just making its way through. But as you can see, lots of layers of cloud still around and some top cover nearby. But it is already heating up. Potential flight distance today is for that. Whether you take that picture shot or not, I don't know, but it does look like at least to the north, the general consensus is the weather is looking good up towards Husbos, maybe out to the northwest briefly, but looking down the south coast as well, does look half decent too. Starting then at 9 o'clock, you can see that we're in a small area of good. A lot of the country is still under some low cloud. Get going this morning, does look like maybe 11:30, 12 o'clock or so. We get sort of cumulus up to 3,000 feet. By mid-afternoon, looking at that, we're up to 4 to 4,500 feet, maybe 5,000 feet to our north and northeast for a time. And getting up to around 5,000 feet around here later this afternoon, with it starting to reduce a little bit from the west. Not so good, probably to the west of South Cerney. Remaining good though into Oxfordshire and into sort of Buckinghamshire and Northampton area. But yeah, East Anglia not looking so good, and East Sussex looking reasonable too, with a chance of a sea breeze convergence in this wind direction entirely possible. As we go through the day, well, it doesn't cut off too early, at least on this forecast, and sort of 5:30 it's still going. By sort of, 7 o'clock now, the sun is almost on the ground. So yeah, it does look like it should go to at least 6 o'clock, giving you a nice long afternoon soaring. Cloud amounts, well, low cloud to start off with, but that will lift fairly quickly around here. Coming decent Q. With occasional bits of spread out and maybe the chance of a shower. This forecast probably slightly optimistic from Top Meteo compared to data I got from the Met Office. Yeah, the chance of some spread out and some odd shower, but nothing as significant as what we had at the weekend. Your site forecast then for today, moderate thermals, up to around 4,500 feet above Lasham at best, maybe going up to sort of 5,000 feet above sea level later in the day. And that's with a temperature of around 19 or 20 degrees, which is probably on the outer fringes of what we're expecting, with a dew point of around 8. No lark killer sense today because it's a bank holiday, but hopefully that gives you an idea of what's going on. Farnborough currently reporting light northwesterly wind, showers prob 30 this afternoon, scattered at 3,000 feet the headline. Bryce Norton, relatively similar, scattered at 3,000 feet, but lower cloud this morning, which is what I'm saying. It's not going to necessarily start everywhere that early, and similar at Southampton. Airspace wise, and it should be relatively simple today, other than the parachute jumping. So airspace of movements, parachuting within 6 nautical miles of Little Rislington, up to around 6,000 feet. Well, it does go higher, but you're not going to be going above that today. Pretty much within that vicinity, call Bryce. I'm surprised the NOTAM is there for a bank holiday Monday. A little bit suspicious that it might be a little bit quiet there. But yeah, do double check that with Bryce if you're in that vicinity. And air display at Forley in Buckinghamshire, 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Usual good lookout and everything like that. I imagine it'll be quite busy up there today. And we do have a PC-12 landing here within the next 25 minutes or so. So I'd ask you to remain off the runway just for the time being until you see the launch point caravan there. Safety point of the week is safe rigging. And today's quick 30 seconds is know the subject. What this means is, especially if you're flying lots of different types of gliders or maybe picking up a new one, get to the subject knowledge before you rig the glider. Get to the advice. There's many different places you can get that from. Obviously, the Aircraft Flight Manual being definitive, but also sort of words of advice from more experienced pilots. All of this safety information is available on the BGA website. But yeah, hotelier connections are one of those things which can also be done slightly wrong. So yeah, really know your glider before you rig it. Operations today, runway 27 in use. Please grid outside the caravan park. I want as many of you on the grid as possible. Makes my life a lot easier. Standard winch launch operation from the runway once it's out there. And once the grid is complete, we'll then aerotow from there. So the PC-12 might be moving around a bit today, but its main thing is just getting in here this morning. So good. So 27, reasonable soaring day. We will see you out there. Bye for now.